Well, welcome back to my channel. Well, as you all know, I have a weakness for auctions. So I bought a brand new rifle. But I didn't buy that rifle without doing a great deal of research. And that research was on this rifle. This is a Seekins Havak Hit competition rifle, chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. Now I'm going to go over the reasons why I bought this rifle in just a moment. Now, the number one reason I bought this rifle, even though I now have 4 rifles that are chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, is because it is flat cool looking. And it is made in Idaho by Seekins up in northern Idaho, which is my home state. And everything is made in-house by them. You can go to their website and take a look at the tour of their facility. How he started out, Glenn Seekins started out as just working in his garage making scope rings, and how that turned into a whole revolution of making custom rifles, both in the AR type style platform all the way to the PRS level type of rifle. Now, like I said, I have a weakness for auctions. So this is a used rifle that I bought on Gunbroker, and I bought it for about 50% of the price of retail. So I really couldn't turn it down. But after doing a great deal of research, I'm glad I did. And after the first shooting session, I'm very glad I did. So let's go over this rifle real quickly from back to front. Now, I'm not as articulate as some of these big gun riders. I'm just a backyard guy, no different than you. I hunt. No, I don't compete in competition, and this is set up to be a competition rifle. All right, let's start with the buttstock here. Well, first of all, the whole entire rifle chassis system is in aluminum, but the back does have a composite carbon cheek piece that's adjustable, and don't it look cool? So you've got adjustable length of pull with these little knobs and some detents that really lock it into place very easily. Also, the comb height or cheek height is also got those very tactile controlled ticks that allow you to get directly in line with your scope. And because it's carbon fiber, it's going to be a little warmer on your cheek if you do happen to take this rifle hunting. It's got a very thick recoil pad, as you can see, that's pretty comfortable so far in my shooting. It's got something called a bag rider. That's for obviously bench rush shooting. This is also a collapsible stock which locks against your bolt to make the rifle carrying package shorter should you happen to be out in the field. And it is very strong and stiff. It's not a real loose configuration. Once you fold it over and it's locked over that bolt, it stays that way. Okay, then the grip here is a Hogue style grip. It's very thick and very fat. For my big hands, I certainly do like that. It has a 2-position safety. Instead of a 3, it's just on safe or fire. That's very simple to me. So it has this long aluminum chassis with several M-lock slots, a place for an arc reel on the bottom, or for your bipod if that's what you use, or in this particular case for me to put into a saddle, and that's probably the way I'll use it. The trigger now is made by Timney for Seekins Precision. As a matter of fact, they call it the Timney Hit trigger. But the trigger is replaceable by any Model 700 style drop-in trigger that you choose, and it's very easy to change and swap that out. They made that customizable. It's got a mag release here that is integral to the trigger shoe. Just press and drops right on out. Okay. Now here's where it gets real interesting, and I'll show you some subsets of up here in the corner because Seekins did an adjustable magazine latch on the inside for various types of competition type magazines, from AICS to I think they call it AL mag, which is a double stack mag. Plus, this magazine well is adaptable for both short action and long action type of calibers. And I'll go over that in a minute because it's very important. But the big thing about this, in this subset up here, is the bolt. The bolt is also made by Seekins. It is a toolless bolt that you can do, that I can do. It's simply just twist, push, twist, and take out the firing pin, and then one pin holds in the bolt head so that you can swap out bolt heads for different calibers and cartridges. That's kind of cool. Also, now let's go into the barrel. Seekins made this rifle for a lifetime type of rifle and guarantee that you can buy that'll last the rest of your life. And if you choose to change calibers and cartridges, all it requires is a barrel swap that you can do. You have one hex screw that holds this barrel in, and you simply untwist it, put on your new cartridge or caliber barrel, do a bolt swap if it's different than in this case than the 6.5 Creedmoor, and you can do it at home. That is the number 2 reason why I bought this rifle. Think about it now. I have 5 rifles in one. 5 current barrel changes and bolt changes that Seekins makes for the individual shooter that they brag about that you can do in a 2-minute period of time. It has an integral 20 MOA scope mounting system. I don't like that, and I said that to Seekins. There's more of us that are recreational shooters and hunters than there are competitors. And about 50% of the older scopes only have a elevation adjustment, and that can go to maybe 40 MOA. So if you're starting out at 20 MOA scope rail, that means that you're taking away the bottom 20 of your elevations down. Because, for those of you that don't know, a 20 MOA means that the scope is tilted down, which makes your barrel a little bit higher to give you more upward adjustments. So in order to compensate for the fact that you do not have the downward adjustment that you might need to sight in your rifle at 100 yards or whatever, you have to get a newer scope that has 60 to 80 elevation adjustments from top to bottom. And again, that eliminates most of the hunters like me that use low power scopes. Okay, well, I'm going to be taking this out and shooting it. I've already took it out and sighted it in. I added a Seekins brake. It is a different color. You can probably see that in the picture there. But it's Seekins from front to back, customizable, local state company, lifetime guarantee. They don't give an MOA shooting guarantee because they're pretty smart. They realize that your satisfaction is more important than them trying to guess what ammunition you're shooting and how good of a shooter you are. Now, because of all the features that I've given on this rifle, I'm going to break it down into probably 2 or 3 videos. I'm sitting at my reloading bench here. Fortunately, I've been able to reload 6.5 Creedmoor. So the challenge will be, out of all of the reloads that I have, from 100 grain up to 147 grain, that I've been able to test in my other 3 Creedmoors, is how they'll shoot in here. And I'll take you on that journey. But I'm going to be breaking down the update on this rifle and the overview of this rifle and the shooting of this rifle over probably 2 or 3 videos, because beauty deserves tribute, and this is the most expensive rifle, even though I got it on auction, that I've ever paid for. So I'll see you at the range, folks. Let's get to shooting. Okay, out on the bench is my Seekins Precision Havak hit, chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. I'm going to be shooting hunting bullets today, 129 grain Hornady interlock and 140 grain Federal Fusion. These are my hand loads. Full disclosure, I've already shot 2 of each just to see where they hit and make any type of scope adjustments that may be necessary. Okay, well, let me go check the camera down there, and let's fire off the 129 grains first and see if those good old boys up there in Lewiston, Idaho know how to make a rifle. The wind is gusting about 10 to 20 miles an hour left to right, but that shouldn't make any difference at 100 yards. Let's see how she shoots. First 3, 129 grain. I didn't put the chronograph on. Again, I've worked these up. This ought to be pretty close to the same, but I will do that on a future video. Alright, second shot. .129 grain interlock, pretty good hunting bullet. Little probably light for large mule deer, but at 2,870 feet per second, it should work really well. Okay, I'll go mark those 3, and then we'll move to the 140s. Okay, now these 140 grain Federal Fusions. I think you saw those 129s. They shot maybe, a little over, between 3/4 and a half-inch group. Alright, so let's try the 140s now. I'm pretty excited about these Federal Fusions because they are similar to Spear Gold Dots, which I have a lot of experience with, and they are very deadly on game. I've never recovered one out of an animal. Complete pass-through. Okay, same target. See what happens. Point of impact may shift a little bit, but not much. Yeah, I can see that one. That actually went a little bit higher. So let's see if it groups. That could be me. All right, keep your fingers crossed. Well, it looks like all of those bullets will work. Well, I'm going to be doing more of a workup, but it's kind of nice to know that with ammunition that I've already worked up for my other 3 6.5 Creedmoors, don't need any fine-tuning on here. Well, folks, let's go look at that target, find out up close what happened. Be right back. Okay, over here was my warm-up shots for sighting in. That's the 129s and that's the 140s. And it looks like pretty much that same pattern repeated over here. That was a Hornady, that was a Hornady, and that was a Hornady. And then the Fusions shot 3 shots right within, I don't know what that is, 1/3 of an inch maybe, I don't know. But folks, it looks like I got myself a winner. I'm happy with my purchase. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and check your subscriptions, please. Leave a comment if you will. But no matter what, God bless you all. See you again next time. Goodbye.